They were headed out to distribute the parcels we packed yesterday. But after driving an hour outside the city, we found ourselves deep in the mountains. Subhanallah, the snow was about 2 feet high. We truly didn't know what to expect.
Assalamu alaikum guys, we're at the camp at Elias, and as you can see, we're here distributing aid.
This is the floor. Yeah? This is what people sleep on. Okay? Reasons for these tents to have been removed most likely is because the owners have left and maybe gone back to Syria, or they didn't meet the certain requirements. So, legally speaking, refugee camps are not allowed to raise above the floor no more than 2 blocks. The outside cannot be a permanent structure of more than 5 blocks, and internally they're allowed to build up to 10 blocks only for the toilets. Everything else has to be wood, has to be plastics, and so on and so forth. The reason the government has done that was because they didn't want a repeat of the Palestinian refugee crisis from the 1948 all the way to the 1970 war and so on and so forth. Also for that reason, they decided to keep it a very much temporary structure and hereby put those regulations in place. Look around, not many job opportunities, etc., especially with brothers and sisters that live here. Job opportunities are very scarce. These guys have to go find something to graft, very little wages, maybe fixing motorbikes, maybe fixing the heating units for like $1 a day, something like that. Those are the job opportunities that are available. Maybe the women have to go and clean the houses that you see in the background over there.
The space was quite tight and the floor wasn't leveled, so it was a lot to think about before distributing the aid and making sure that we can do this in an organized manner.
Really difficult to see these the makeshift tents that you can see behind us. Some of the kids over here are like wearing slippers and they don't have shoes. It's concrete. The tents are in bad condition right now. It's really heartbreaking to see this, but alhamdulillah, like we could see, we have some winter kits as well, blankets, hats, scarves. Alhamdulillah for that. Check back with you later.
The last time they received any aid was in Ramadan, and it was a bit of rice. Last Ramadan, nobody came except one group, and they managed to get some rice. No one's ever given them any meat or fresh vegetables ever before, and it's the first time.
Assalamu alaikum. Here we are at the campsite. As you can see behind me, the situation here on the ground is bad. Only one group was able to deliver aid, of which no meat was included. Alhamdulillah, we were able to provide. Alhamdulillah for that.
As mentioned earlier, these camps have never received meat, so we provided them with meat, along with heating oil. Since they haven't received any aid since the last Ramadan, they were unable to heat their tents. After getting organized, everybody stood in line and we handed out the parcels and winter kits. I want to bring attention to the trash and wires and poles sticking out of the ground and the rubble. These kids run barefoot or with sandals. It can be really dangerous for them. It was so cold and we felt bad complaining about the weather because these kids didn't have proper shoes, a lot of them in sandals, some of them barefoot. The conditions were worse than we could ever imagine.
It's tough to see this. I don't have the words.
My name is my sister.
The kids were just so friendly and we're so excited that we brought them gifts. We visited a sister in a tent who had small children, including an infant. The tents had a small furnace powered by the heating oils. With no food to give them, she had been mixing bread and tea to feed her children and baby. She mentioned that her infant would cry so much and this was the only way to comfort and calm the newborn baby. We then went to a local masjid to pray, and man, was it beautiful. And then we headed to our next campsite. Then we got off the bus and saw all these smiling faces, so excited to see us and greet us.
Assalamu
alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Man, it was amazing. Here we distributed hot meals along with the winter kits and heating oil. This campsite was slightly warmer and there was a lot more green, which was really nice. After this, we headed over to the orphanage center where we made them some hot meals, played games, gave some gifts, and really just had a great night together.